BBC Television presents...
Hancock.
Here, Sid. Listen to this, it's interesting. Today's news. Fracking has been banned in Surrey. That fracking company that's been churning up the roads is packing up. I've seen the lorries moving off.
Yeah, very interesting, Hancock. What's fracking? Hang on, sounds a bit rude. I'll ask Barbara Windsor.
Come now, Sid. Is that all you can think about? Is there nothing of Sid James that exists from the waist up? Fracking is one of the biggest threats to the integrity of planet Earth, and all you can think about is the flaming Kama Sutra.
It's the only book I've read, Hancock. And fracking's not in it.
No, my dear fellow, cock a shell like this way. Fracking is the use of large charges of explosives deep in the ground to release quantities of natural gas trapped there years ago.
What do you mean, like wind? Like belching?
Yes, that's it. A useful metaphor, Sid, for one such as you. Yes, the rocks have got a nasty case of wind, and fracking releases it.
That makes sense. Or is it like blowing off? Which end are we talking about, Hancock?
Oh, forget it. I think I'll go into the kitchen and have an intelligent conversation with the oven about tonight's dinner.
Oh, fire! What on earth was that?
It's the back wall, Sid. It's just fallen down.
Which wall?
The wall of the flaming house. All of it. The whole back wall from the roof to the ground.
What does it look like?
Well, it's a sort of great gaping hole. What do you mean, what does it look like?
What on earth did you do, Hancock? Were you clomping about all over the place again?
What do you mean, what did I do? Nothing. I opened the back door and wallop. I was left with the door in my hand and no wall.
Well, there you are then. You pulled too hard. It's an old place, isn't it?
That wall out the back there has witnessed everything. It's been standing there since the storming of the Bastille in France.
What happened to the Bastille then?
Its walls fell down.
Well, there you are then. That proves my point.
We'd better get out of here before the whole lot comes down, Sid. Good morning. Is that Arthur Lump Builders Merchants? Yes, Mr. Lump, you've done some work for us before. Our back wall's just fallen down. Yes, no need to swear. I'm not blaming you. Shoddy work? No, I never said that. I'm a big fan of your work. Very sturdy it is. He's rung off, Sid.
Don't worry, Hancock. I'll get some of my mates over to shore it up in the morning.
Sid to the rescue, eh? Yes, it's good to have mates. The lads. Tell them it will be worth a few pints to them, Sid.
I've already told them. It will cost you 2,000 nicker.
Hang on a minute. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, and it's a lot of missing wall. What about that fracking company? You don't think it was anything to do with them, do you?
That's it, Sid. All those large detonations under the North Downs has weakened the foundations of number 23. I think we've got a good case for some compensation. We'll bump up the price. 20,000 should do it. I'll give them a ring. Is that CUADRILLA Fracking Limited? Well, you've just demolished our flaming house.
Ooh, good evening. I tried to go around the back, but there wasn't one. Just a big hole.
Yes, we know. That's the whole point. There isn't a back entrance because your fracking knocked the whole of the back wall down. It's starting to get chilly. We want it put back the way it was.
Are you sure it was us? Might have been subsidence. It's been very dry. Or tree roots. Nasty things, tree roots. In the heat. You know, it must be climate warming. Nothing to do with us. Anyway, terraces are awfully difficult to deal with. Why not knock down number 23 and make 2 semi-detached houses?
We have no intention of knocking down our lovely little home. It's one best house in the village for a number of years. It's the hanging baskets what does it.
Oh, it hasn't.
Shush, Sydney.
All right, we'll consider it. Why are you speaking quietly? Is it because walls have ears? Well, they don't round the back. Not anymore, they don't. Okay, you can have a goodwill payment. We're making them without admitting liability.
How much, mister?
I'm delighted to offer you 50 quid. I'll write a cheque now if you like. CUADRILLA is as good as its word. We want everyone to feel all cosy and wanted. We're inclusive, you know.
Inclusive of what?
Oh, I don't know. Do you want the 50 quid or not?
That's hardly going to cover it, is it?
No, it won't, will it? You'll need a couple of ruddy great tarpaulins as well. I'll get some sent over. There'll be £50.
Leave it out, mate. We'll need about 20,000 to get it fixed.
Oh, I think so. He's letting his emotions run away with him. Sit down and then things will seem a lot better. Look, I'm going to come back with a member of my team. We'll have a little confab then. Oh, good evening. Getting a bit nitty in here, isn't it? Yes, it's only me, but I brought a friend. She'll be able to explain all the little foibles of our plan to put your mind at rest. Hello, Mr. Hancock. Mr. James. I'm sorry to hear about your back wall. It must have taken something of extreme strength to knock it down. Don't you think?
Yeah, like half a ton of explosives.
Well, we've had a look at your back wall, and we don't think so. There are claw marks on some of the bricks.
Yes, well, it wasn't us. I use a nail file, madam, and Sid bites his. Must have been a previous occupant. There's no one round here with claws. Old Mrs. Jenkinson's got talons, but I don't let her in.
Perhaps it was Santa Claus last Christmas.
No. There's no large animals round here, Miss Stretchford. A sparrow flew into our patio windows once, poor little sod, but that's about it. I gave it mouth to mouth, and it was as right as rain.
I forgot to tell you two that Miss Stretchford is a cryptobiologist. She knows all about ghosties and ghoulies.
I bet she does.
What on earth's a cryptobiologist when it's at home? There's no crypts round here. What do you think did it, love? A vampire?
No, not vampires, Mr. Hancock. But I do study strange and unusual animals, not currently known to science, like the Surrey Yeti. It's 7 feet tall and can rip out a man's intestines and use them as a banjo just for fun.
Yes, very interesting. And if I see one hanging around railway cuttings, I'll give him your contact details. Now, if I could have my £20,000 to fix the back wall, please.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to put my foot down. You're going to have to listen to Miss Stretchford. She's the world's foremost expert on the subject. She's got letters after her name.
They're not N-U-T by any chance, are they?
You're just not taking this seriously, Mr. Hancock. Think what your relatives would say if you were murdered in your beds.
Don't worry about my relatives. They'd be too busy fighting over the house contents to worry about me.
Oh, see? What did I tell you? It's out there. We think all the bloody fracking noises made the Surrey Yetis come up from their subterranean lair.
Well, stop making all that flaming noise and perhaps they'll go back down again. I want to see the colour of your money before Friday, Mr. CUADRILLA.
Oi, mister, there's giant footprints in your garden. Have you seen them?
Do you mind? I'm having me cornflakes. You made me spit them back in a bowl and the milk went up me nose.
Hang on, Hancock, he's right. Loads of footprints in the mud.
Mud? Mud? You don't mean my flaming lawn, do you? There's 200 quid's worth of turf out there. The swine.
Cooey! It's me again, the man from CUADRILLA. Looks like I've had a little visit from our gigantic friend. Oh, how interesting. I think he's been marking his territory by having a bit of a tiddle.
Quick, Sid, get a mop and clear it up.
You clear it up, Hancock. I'm not your skivvy, and I don't want to get eaten by a monster either.
Relax, Mr. James. I've heard he likes tender meat. You're safe enough. Don't worry, boy. I'll have a look around for him. I've got a dart gun.
He plays darts, does he? Oh, jolly good. We'll take him down to East Cheam Arms and make up a foursome. I'm not buying this old baloney. Where's me money, CUADRILLA? Ah, he's back.
We'd better do as they say, Hancock. That's his stomach rumbling.
Now, Mr. Hancock, my fee for catching the beast, putting it in a cage, and taking it to our drilling site up north will be £2,000.
I haven't got £2,000. I spent all my money shoring out the back of the house. Quick, Sid, empty your pockets. It's your round.
I've got £10.85 and a fag end. How far will that go?
Well, I might be able to capture his big toe for that, Mr. James.
I'm sorry, Miss Jenkinson. I think we'll have to leave them to their fate, and it's a fate worse than death. The beast is ambidextrous, you know.
I'm not ready to surrender my body to a mad, monstrous beast. I'm too young to die.
Hang on a minute, Hancock. There's a giant pair of feet stacked up against the wall of the garden.
Oh yes, how curious. It looks like Yeshy feet. Hang on a minute, Godrilla.
The cheque for £20,000 is in the post, Mr. Hancock.